San Francisco Bay diptych. Did you ever wonder why the cargo bin was empty when your ship came in? No criminal, ever kind. Maybe you were a pirate on a three-master, before birth, before your fractured life. Imprisoned, want escape, across water to real life. Only get parole between quadriplegia and paraplegia, California coast, Quebec City, the mountains, or the beach. Illusions of vacation from the job of Job. Smile, wear makeup, hide your pain. Try to keep balance. Don't make others uncomfortable. No rebirth, not what it seems. Might have been better in Alcatraz.
I was hit by a cement truck and broke my neck and had to have 2 anterior cervical neck fusions with rods and plates and screws, etc., put in my back, and that led to a real downhill physiological time for my body. I have and it made my MS worse.
What was the worst time for you?
And so many of them on my show. I guess the worst time was after my first chemotherapy treatment, which was inpatient and lasted 6 weeks in reverse isolation. I remember somebody on the staff pushed my wheelchair into the room I would have, and they said they'd be back, and I sat in that wheelchair for an hour because I couldn't move it. I couldn't use my arms or my hands. I was quadriplegic by then. And I remember sitting there just crying.
So you were a quadriplegic then?
Right.
Could you do anything with your body?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing. I couldn't eat. I couldn't dress myself. I couldn't wipe myself or go to the bathroom by myself. I was able to come back from being a quad through a lot of very hard work and both in physical therapy and cognitive therapy and speech therapy and every kind of therapy you could name.
Blind. Your father, his corneas burned by a midwife, took a tramp steamer to China, pulled the wrong switch, stopped the ship. My mom, retinas detached, couldn't hear. Her MD son and daughter's recommendation for surgery. Hard not to believe she was blinded by her faith. You lost your vision just before the wedding. Wasn't only your glasses that seemed cloudy. Now Freddie bangs into crutches. You left out of his vision on his left. I did not notice these two pelicans flying over rocks till my 10-power lens picked them out. In your wheelchair, you're invisible. Others pass on by, unconscious as the sea.
I was driving across the city to borrow some dishes for our wedding reception, and I kept thinking my sunglasses were dirty because I wasn't seeing well. And by the time I got back to the house, I had lost all my color vision completely. And all these paintings were on the wall, and they were all in black and white. Then they were not even visible to me.
The harpist. Hidden in shadows, focused on plucking colored strings, red, blue, white, so deep into the mantra of his music, meandering shoppers of Quebec City Art District at the periphery of his vision blur into a kaleidoscope of color.
Well, when I play the piano, it's sort of almost I get into an altered state. It's like a meditation. And there's something about meditating through my music that sort of restores something.
Backlit poet, 3 a.m. Out of darkness comes light. Through orchids, translucent. Throne, thrust toward existence. Sartre. Painter hurls pigment onto canvas, communes with colors. Potter emerges. Rose-red pot. His wheel whirls, spins galaxies, stars, planets. Black holes, thrusts us from primal soup with inscriptions tossed in a bottle, too wet to read.
Poetry helps me something like in a therapy relationship in which the therapist sort of is a container for the feelings so that the person can express the feelings and stay with them. I think the poem does the same kind of thing for me.